Want me to sit down? Want me to look to see?
No, we're good. I can tell which way.
You pressed it?
Yeah, I did.
What's our podcast number? We don't have that right.
Let me just make sure it's working. Yeah, it's recording.
Cool.
Haters podcast, man. That's it. Yeah.
Start us off.
So we're gonna be talking about some NFL right now.
Can you not hold it like a dick?
No, man. Oh,
Okay, ready.
I've seen ladies. They get really into it. So we're gonna start talking about the NFL. Real simple stuff. Who's gonna win the Super Bowl first?
Hey,
hold on.
Give an introduction.
I can't do that. I don't know what that means.
Alright, ready?
Who will win the Super Bowl first? Titans or Colts? I think it's gonna be the Jaguars, but we don't know. Anyway, Gula, I'll let you start out. Introduce yourself. What's your name?
Then I answer.
No.
Can we start off? I wasn't ready.
Okay, we'll start. We'll make sure to cut this out.
Yeah. No, seriously. So you'll know when my hand goes like this.
What do we do with the grape juice?
Cheers. Alright, man, let's ready for the shit?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, don't curse at my podcast. Our podcast.
Yeah, it's gonna be an hour long.
Oh, hey, it's the Our podcast. Our podcast. Okay, let's look some stuff up. Jaguars Super Bowl chance. Who is your surprise team so far through week?
Are we actually recording this?
December 9th, yes. We're gonna start right now. We're gonna get balls deep into it.
Alright, you're gonna give an introduction or no?
Haters podcast coming up, volume 1, edition 1. This is Kulegan. Kul means God the Father in Serbian. Yeah. So, who's the Super Bowl favorites in the NFL? We're starting with some NFL. Let's get it going.
Starting with the NFL.
Yes.
Crazy week. I think a lot of people would have said Pats. And then
Boston is really good.
Literally last second.
Do you think they're going to be able to trade Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown. No.
I'm sorry,
he's too valuable. Surprise team or the team to make the NFL? What was the question again?
Dude, I think I was arguing with someone today about a possible Texas Super Bowl. I thought that'd be really funny, just because Jerry Jones versus racist
Where
guy.
is the Super Bowl at? Is it Atlanta? I think it's in Atlanta.
Yeah, probably somewhere where the team will never make it as a home team. So Atlanta, yes.
Well, who's your team? Let's do division conferences.
Browns are winning the whole thing.
Who's your team coming out of the AFC and then the NFC?
Texans, Cowboys. Prove me wrong. There's two genders also. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna cut that out.
Are we really doing this podcast right now? Because this is awful so far.
We are. I'm gonna cut that out.
You can't cut it out. Let's just start fresh.
Okay.
Ready? At what minute mark? Alright, at 4 minutes or 3.5. That's what we're gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Alright, you wanna start with the introduction and then we can go into.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, we got
picks. Ready?
Okay. What did you want to talk
about? Whatever you want.
No, because I thought you had an idea, but no.
Oh no, we can start off with
so I see that Brady just surpassed Peyton for most career touchdown passes. How do you feel about that?
I don't care.
Okay, next topic. Saints lock up the second consecutive NFC South title. That hasn't happened in about 6 million years. How do you feel about that?
I don't really care.
Okay, anyway, who's your Super Bowl picks? Go.
I gotta go with the, you know what, I'm gonna say the Chargers, coming out of the AFC.
It's not a bad pick.
Yeah, I wanna go with something different. And, I'm gonna go with the, Saints. Saints, Chargers.
Fair enough.
I think no one wants to see that, but...
The Chargers, Saints?
Yeah.
I don't know. If that happens, man, Drew Brees taking it out against his former team.
Ah, shit.
He's going to be...
Yeah, I don't even think he cares about that, though.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, bro. They got rid of him, because of the messed up shoulder or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I'm telling you, it's something weird is gonna happen. I think it's gonna be an all Texas Super Bowl. It's weird enough. Houston has that D line where they'll be able to put pressure on Brady, who's really the only threat in the AFC. I don't think the Chiefs are that big, especially after Hunt beat up all these women and stuff. When you can rush four, get to the quarterback, you can play man-to-man defense. Tom Brady hates playing against man-to-man. I think Texans, they're too strong right now. They got the D. They have Deshaun Watson, who I love. He's a great quarterback. And a decent running game. So I think Houston is my surprise pick from the AFC. And out of the NFC, honestly, I could see Cowboys make it just because, the NFL is just weird enough where a team like Cowboys can make it through.
Yeah.
That does rely on Dak Prescott not playing like a hot garbage like he has been. But, like, a broken clock is twice a day. Flacco was right, that one playoff run. Eli Manning was good that playoff run. Even last year, Nick Foles was good that playoff run. So, in all honesty, I could see it all Texas Super Bowl. And then after that, I think Texas will secede from the United States and we'll be moving on.
Yeah. I think it'll be cool. I'd like something different. That'd be cool if the Patriots were just not in the Super Bowl this year.
You sound like a hater, by the way.
I do. I was. This is a haters podcast. I used to hate Brady. I don't hate him anymore. But I don't think I want to see him in the Super Bowl.
Well, I just don't want to see him lose another one because, if he's the GOAT, then I really can't defend against the whole LeBron being the GOAT in basketball.
But he's got a winning record, though.
And but still, you lose 3.
But he's
what's
got
better?
5.
What's
5-3.
That's 4-0. You never lost. 5-3.
Well, 5-0 is better.
4-0 versus 5-3. But the 4-0 he played significantly. Joe Montana. But he played significantly less years than Brady did. So that effect. It's kind of like the whole. Well, Brady's like a better LeBron in terms of finals record. In terms of basketball. So Michael versus LeBron. It's like kind of Montana versus Brady. Even though I think Michael is better, but. Yeah. In terms of Montana versus Brady, Brady's better, but if he keeps making Super Bowls and losing to shitty-ass backups, that's not good.
No, Nick Foles, man. Nick Foles magic.
Well, that's actually impressive. Dude, who do you think is leading the league right now in sacks?
In the sacks? Defensive player?
Yeah, ball sacks, yeah.
Dude. I have no clue.
It's Aaron Donald.
Oh, the defensive tackle.
Yeah.
That's like Warren Sapp, bro.
16.5.
Wow.
And his defense sucks ass.
Whose?
Rams. Rams defense is trash. They're
Oh,
like mid-20s in terms of overall scoring against.
Really?
Yeah. That one guy can't do nothing. What's that corner? The one guy I like, Marcus Peters.
Yes.
Yeah, he couldn't do nothing. He's like,
well, he's been hurt.
He's burned by. Yeah, but still, if you're if you're playing, you're good to be out there.
I felt he wasn't doing that well his last year with the Chiefs.
That was more because of off the field stuff, I think.
But he wasn't I guess just what he was doing wasn't. He was just letting things go by, and we had this argument before, a conversation before.
Argument? I don't argue. I just present facts, bro.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I'm trying to find if the playoffs started today, who would play who. But since not all the games have been played, that's kind of counterintuitive.
Fair enough. Alright, I got a pretty good topic. Who do you have as your basically the real MVP? Everyone's talking about Mahomes, Breeze, blah blah blah. Who is in your opinion, the true MVP of this NFL football season?
Do you have one before I go?
Oh, I do. Easy.
Please do. Share.
It's Jared Goff. And I will illustrate why. His rookie year, he threw 5 TDs, 7 interceptions. His second year, he threw 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. This year, he has 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He is the best because he's consistent.
You know he's playing right now, and if he has thrown an interception,
he's not gonna throw one because he doesn't know how to throw more than 7
He's
interceptions.
going for 2 for 5 yards. So.
All he does is throw 7 interceptions. Also, Jeff Fisher's getting interviewed by Packers, which it will be hilarious if that happens. Like if they get hired.
I like Jeff Fisher. I want him to win.
I know you do, but you're like the only person on this earth that does.
Well, clearly the Packers like him too. Enough to interview him.
They also kept McCarthy for a little bit too long, but
a little bit too long.
7 interceptions.
Here's a question. Do you think we'll see a defensive player win an MVP award?
Never.
No.
That's like, I don't know. I could say some really not PC stuff, but like it's just not possible because that's like seeing like a person that. No, I do not see it.
The only way I can see it happening is if with a team like the Jags, not them per se, but somebody who doesn't have a great quarterback. Wins, is really relying on their defense, ends up having a really good record.
Did you just say Blake Bortles is not a great quarterback?
And some guy, throwing up, 25 sacks, couple picks.
Blake Bortles puts up 25 sacks every year,
touchdowns.
dude. That's MVP number.
I could maybe see it like that, but I doubt that it would happen. No, man, Blake Bortles sucks ass.
Wow. I think I'm gonna go home. Again, I can't listen to this garbage.
You got benched, man.
But to be fair, it's for the GOAT, Cody Kessler.
He didn't do anything.
If you hate on Cody
they got killed
Kessler,
by the.
That was a complete accident. Cody was taking it easy. Whoop. Copyright. Yeah. So, who's better, Lamar Jackson or John Elway?
Elway.
Okay, I don't agree. Next. Dude, okay.
You know what's funny? I haven't seen either guy play.
Can we talk about how does Tennessee keep winning games that they should not and losing games that they should not?
That is, to me, that's more interesting than some other shit, dude.
30-9. Are you serious? Mike Vrabel is like a magician.
Well, let me share their schedule. When did the season start?
I believe it was at the beginning.
Dude, you're not.
We got it muted. Nice.
It started in September. Was it September 9th? Or no? I'll check. Yeah, September 9th is when the season started. They lose to the Dolphins, right? They beat the Texans. They beat the Jags. They lose to the Eagles. They lose to the Bills. 13-12.
That's because Tyrod Taylor.
They lose to the Ravens. They lose to the Chargers. Damn, they went on a losing streak. They beat the Cowboys, beat the Patriots, lose to the Colts, lose to the Texans, and beat the Jets and beat the Jags. So how do you beat the Patriots and lose?
Hold on.
And lose
The
to the
Patriots game was week 3. Like week 3.
Was it?
Yeah. So how's the schedule like right now?
Okay, so week 1 was the Dolphins, week 2 Titans, week 3 was Jags, week 4 was Eagles, week 5
Oh,
was
you know the Titans. I'm sorry. I was so hung up on the whole when Jags beat the Patriots. Week 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So
my mistake. Yes.
they do, man. They've been, but they're still. What's their record? It was 500, and now it's. Oh no, they were 7-5. Now they're 7-6.
Yeah, they are. I did not. If you had to put pressure on me, dude, and told me hey, give me the rundown of that AFC South division, and you told me hey, pick 1 through 4. There's no way I would have put Jags 4, but apparently they can't do anything. They suck.
Are you surprised with how awful new coaches have been? first year coaches. Usually, there's always
Is the Bears coach a first year?
Yeah.
He's been pretty good. That's a guy I paid attention to. But in terms of other guys, like, who do you have in mind?
Well,
because right now, I'm
okay,
kind of
so you're right. The Bears guy, Nagy.
because if it's talking like
He's
John Gruden,
they're 8-4,
Wow,
and we'll see how today goes. Going down the list, Giants had a new coach, right? Or was he the same? Shermer, right?
Is it Shermer?
I think it's Shermer.
Man, yeah, that guy.
So they're 5-8, and that's not too long ago they were like 1 and something.
Yeah.
You have the the Browns are a mess, but that doesn't count. Who else did I have? Lions, Patricia, who are 5-8,
Yeah, but that's a hard division.
and
That's a very hard division.
you have Rabel with the Titans, who we'll see how that ends up, and then
I like
Gruden with the. So I guess it's not as bad as I thought, but
Like I like Rabel a lot. It might be my Ohio State homer in me. Homer. I think Rabel's a very good coach. Like a key thing that you can take is like if you watch, okay, he was under Bill Belichick. He leaves Bill Belichick. He was a player under him, coach under him. He leaves Bill Belichick. He goes coaches his own team, plays against Bill Belichick, and it's almost like a test. Did you study? Do you know enough to be able to pass this test? And he passed with flying colors. He goes against the former mentor, absolutely annihilates him. It's not even close. So, to me, that tells me like, hey, while I was there, I was paying attention. I made sure to learn all his strengths and weaknesses. And if you can beat New England that badly, I mean, you have a chance. If Marcus Mariota actually becomes a quarterback as opposed to a fake, QB, that's a wide receiver impersonating a QB.
yeah.
Tennessee has a very good chance to
Also,
actually become pretty good.
didn't the Cardinals have a new coach too? Because Orion's got fired, right?
Yeah, he did.
And they're awful too. So.
Let's see who the hell it is.
And okay, so I don't know. I just there's a lot of turnover, and we've seen. I think what did they say every year, like 6 to 7 coaches get fired, and we've already seen it happen.
Oh my God.
A couple times now this year, so I'm sure there's no more. I think Todd Bowles with the Jets. He's probably next.
Steve Wilkes.
Who?
Is Arizona?
Oh, yeah.
I got weirded out because it said Kevin Sumlin.
No.
But
That's
he's the Arizona Wildcats.
Yeah.
Head coach.
Oh. So, anyways, I mean.
Did you see anything about college football? What about the Heisman? How do you feel about that? Baseball Heisman.
Not a big guy on college football.
Blasphemy.
One thing, kind of come by the Murray guy that won it from Oklahoma.
Kyler. All right, let's keep going. I'll edit that.
So everything's good.
I'm sorry for the interruption. What were you saying?
What were we saying? Oh, the guy from Oklahoma.
Kyler.
I have no room to talk, but speaking on strictly like professional QBs, that guy's a bit short, man. They said he's 5'10" on a good day. Like he's really under 5'10".
But his name is Kyler.
Kyler, yeah, I mean.
That's MVP in the future.
So I don't know. He's not going to NFL. He's a sophomore or junior. What is he?
He's going to Billy Bean to play Oakland A's baseball. $5 million a year, top 10 pick.
So he's not going to NFL.
He said he wants to do both. But that's very difficult when you're a quarterback.
Okay.
I don't know. I just think like whatever team wants to draft him, they should draft me.
Maybe.
Never been injured in my life.
Who do you got? I do like the playoff system. That's kind of.
I want 8 teams. I think a lot of people are bitching up a storm saying like, oh, no 8 teams, that blah 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 waters it down. I don't know. To me, it's.
Are you just saying because Ohio State didn't make it?
No. they're gonna put Alabama in it regardless. If they had lost to Georgia, they would have made it in. So let's just cut the crap. You're gonna put Alabama in there no matter what. Give other teams a chance.
Well, people knew that though.
You know what I mean?
You know, this year, like they were like, we're putting in Alabama. So.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I just want like, to me, football's football. If there's a year where the New York Giants, who go 9-7 and lose both times to the Redskins, led by Rex Grossman, can be Super Bowl champs, I feel like a team with khaki pants, Jimmy Harbaugh, can have a chance to be champions, even though they didn't win their conference. Because to me, Alabama last year won the NCAA championship when they weren't conference champs, and that's the first time that's happened in the NCAA since the 1930s. So if we don't care anymore about history, put everybody in there. Why are we freaking out? Like, there's plenty of teams that, like, if Alabama is good as they are, they'll win. They'll beat teams regardless.
I mean, it probably will get expanded later on. It's hard to argue not to go for the expansion. You know what I mean? Like, I can argue with you, but I'm not really sure how strong my.
I don't want to argue.
Here's the thing, though. No matter where you draw the line, you're always gonna have teams that don't get in.
But there's a better.
But I think the only thing I could make like or oppose that is I feel like the line is easier to draw after 4 than it is after 8. Because after 8 you're like, well, there's like 5 other teams that could be number 9, but if you look, there's only like 2 or 3 that could be number 4.
Would you rather see? To me, like there's more quality teams that get dropped out. Like for me, I want to see. I think every conference. These conferences are tough. Every single one. Even Pac-12, who's has been asked for the last little bit. Pac-12, Big 10, Big 12. The other ones, SEC, that's 5 of them. You give them 5 spots, right? 1 each. You
for the conference championship?
You win your conference championship, you make it in. Notre Dame, they're garbage for the fact that they don't play in a conference. They should play in a conference. Play in a conference. What the fuck are you doing? Like, to me, they got way too, it was too nice. They were too nicely treated this year. To me, Notre Dame, they went undefeated. But they don't play that tough of a schedule. They don't have that talented of players. And Las Vegas, who is in the business of, you're trying to make money off these games. They said that Notre Dame would be, they'd be down like underdogs to Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, like pretty much every single team in the playoffs, and all the like 3 or 4 teams that got like left out, like Georgia, Ohio State, and Oklahoma didn't get left out. But those teams that were in the hunt, they said Notre Dame would be underdog to all of them.
Well, and I agree with
that.
that.
Notre Dame shouldn't be treated so nicely just because they don't play the conference championship and they play out of conference.
But do you have any issues with how subjective it is? Like the whole selection, like there's no criteria.
I have issues with
like the criteria,
everything sports-wise.
The criteria, the criteria changes almost like every year.
Yeah.
And just like from listening on the radio and stuff, and listening to some of the explanations that there's always one member of the committee that has an interview and they're like, okay, explain why this. Well, the committee feels that at this time, that's how every conversation starts. Their argument is always, or the defense is, at this time the committee feels like this team is better. At this time, you know what I mean? That's so subjective that, it's. I think that's more of an issue than anything.
One thing I really
because it's gonna be so tough with that method of selection, or selecting teams. It's gonna be so hard to pick the top 8.
It's always
because
it's hard to pick a top. Whatever.
Because in top 8 you're looking at how many extra teams in the bubble.
But remember, when it was top 2,
4 to 5, right?
It was top 2. Pick the top 2 best teams. That was very difficult. That's why they spent.
And then it's gonna be so hard.
It's so hard to pick top
teams,
4.
Like teams that have. Who really knows how good UCF is?
In my opinion,
but they've played nobody, so it's hard to.
How do we know how good Alabama is? I'm not trying to be a hater whatsoever.
Well,
but how do we know? They go, okay, they beat LSU, who was number 4 in the country, Well, how are they number 4? Oh, well, they started preseason rankings as very high in the rankings. How do we know they were that good? Well, they had a good recruiting class. A recruiting class doesn't mean shit a lot of times. So they have a good recruiting class. The SEC always gets favored. They get ranked higher than they should be. This team beats this team, and they go, well, look, they beat this good team. Well, no, you rank them as preseason, like, good team. And then at SEC, what do? They play fucking
But they've been in how many
I
championship teams?
get it.
They've been
I
in,
get it.
you know what I mean?
I'm not saying they're the worst conference. They're the best conference. But I'm just saying, like, they still do get too much of a benefit of the doubt. They're a top-heavy conference, just like a couple other conferences, like Big Ten. They're Alabama, and after that, who's there? 1 year it's Auburn.
I'll say this.
1 year it's Mississippi State. But they don't have any. After Alabama, there's only one other team every year. Otherwise, there's no one. The last couple of years has been Georgia, just because Kirby Smart's been a pretty good coach, pretty good recruiter. The SEC sucks, other than Alabama, and that's why I don't like them being a barometer. Like, oh, they beat LSU. LSU sucks.
Well, I don't know about it.
So
They
does
suck,
Mississippi
dude.
State.
Football is everything
They
over there.
do,
So
though.
it's irrational how much like SEC fans
If
in
you
that
get
part of the
held
country.
to 0 when the Citadel is a freaking like a military school. The Citadel scored. They were tied with Alabama at the half, while LSU couldn't score a point. And the Citadel is a freaking nothing school for football wise. So I don't like that whole, oh man, they're SEC, let's fear them.
But but if ACC is so bad, look at the Big Ten.
SEC.
What did I say?
ACC.
I meant to say SEC.
Yeah,
If they're so bad, then the Big Ten is 100 times worse.
No,
Because
I'm not saying
But
they're
no, but
bad.
they're the benchmark. They're the benchmark. Like
but the
they've
teams they
consistently
play-
been the number one teams winning. Well, Alabama, I don't want to.
Okay,
But even before, like when it was LSU and Alabama in the
Yeah.
championship, you got two before the playoffs started. You had two teams from one conference.
to me, since Tim Tebow's been gone, that conference hasn't been that good. It's been Alabama and then the rest. Straight up. Like, that's to give you an example, that's basically like, okay, we have Ohio State, and we rank
But
Ohio
if you
State,
look at the record in the ball, okay.
Ohio State at the beginning of the year, we ranked them number 1. We rank Michigan number 5. We rank Penn State number 8. We rank, I don't know, whoever else is good. Number 10, 12, whatever. That's kind of what the SEC does. Preseason, real good rankings. Ohio State beat, let's say they played. Ohio State beats Penn State, who was preseason 8th. And then, like, Penn State in the first couple games, let's say go there like 3-2. How good are they really? They were 3-2. Like, Mississippi State doesn't do shit. They get ranked.
But I think
Florida's the biggest case of it. They're running off reputation from Tim Tebow, and Tim Tebow's 31 years old now.
That's why.
It's unbelievable.
That's why the playoff football rankings don't come out until like week 8 or week whenever it is.
But my point is just that it's still based off of well, they beat the number 7 team in the country, and it's like, well.
But I think it's looked at where that team is now. You know what I mean? If you were number 7 and you went 1-4 after that loss, you know what I mean? Let's say Alabama beats number 7 somebody, and then number 7 team that they beat after that goes like 1-4, and they end up like at a 500 record. I don't really think that number 7 counts, or at least the committee doesn't look at it.
But what was okay? Hold on, I want to look up SEC.
But what I was gonna tell you is,
go ahead.
Look at the bowl games, and SEC actually has a pretty darn good record against other conferences.
But the funny thing has it been the last couple of years.
So I'm not 100% sure I agree with you that SEC is that bad, and like, yeah, they probably get rated high based on maybe previous success, but until they start shitting the bed, I don't think that's gonna change.
All right, who's the best team in the SEC?
I don't know, dude.
What's
ACC?
SEC.
I feel like you're saying it ACC.
SEC.
Clemson.
Right, they're probably gonna win it. But
You think so?
So I think so. That guy's got Nick Saban's number. Even though I think Nick Saban's a better coach, he's just like.
Oh, you're talking about Sabo?
Sweeney.
Dabo.
Dabo. Sweeney. So Alabama 13-0,
Mhm.
second best team. Georgia 11-2. After that, the next best record is LSU and Florida. Guess who they're tied with for record? Freaking Kentucky.
Kentucky was good this year, though, dude.
But they're.
Kentucky was good this year,
dude. Hey, they scored in this whole season 319 points. That's half of what Alabama scored. And Alabama's not known as a powerhouse offense. I know this year they have been.
This year,
pretty good. Tua Tagovailoa.
They probably had a quarterback, dude.
Yeah, that guy's good.
I mean, it's gonna be hard for me to argue because I don't really.
But Mississippi State was ranked as like, oh, they're Mississippi State, they're good. It's like they have Dak Prescott, Dallas Cowboys. They're 8-4. Like Auburn 7-5. Ole Miss sucks. Arkansas is awful. Tennessee's awful. Vanderbilt, well, actually, Bull Elliott will go for them. But like, I despise the SEC because they get that. I guess I'm biased.
I think you're biased.
I'm done. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
But that's alright, dude.
But like, for real, I'm gonna look up Big Ten, and I guarantee you Purdue is the best team. Big Ten. Check this out, dude. Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State. Where's it coming from? Yeah. Okay, I got it. I was like, why is that? They're not 8-1. That doesn't make sense. They play more games. Ohio State 12-1. Michigan 10-2. Penn State 9-3. And that's just all in one division.
And I think that's what kind of fucks them up a little bit, because whoever they play in the championship is a nobody.
But yeah, like Northwestern.
Yeah.
You know they lost this year to Akron.
I think I remember that. I did.
I understand. Like
that's the issue. It's more like, to me, it's more so division, because if you had every year, let's say Ohio State beat either, let's say Penn State or Michigan were in the other side of the conference, and they had to play one of those teams, and they beat them in a dominant way, I think Ohio State's in.
the only reason
It did not help them whatsoever at all that they played Northwestern.
They just don't do that because you can't have like Michigan be because you have to preserve the rivalry, and then when you do the rivalry at the end of the year, and then if you were to just play again in the championship.
Well,
so
I don't think they change, right? There's probably some reason why those teams are separate.
Basically, it's either Ohio State or Michigan are making the championship. They can't.
No, I know, but I'm saying
even though Michigan State.
the way that the conference is divided, it's probably been like that for how long? And is there a reason why it's divided like that?
It just became recently. It like maybe a year or two ago. It became East versus West. Before then, it was leaders versus legends, which was like they basically handpicked and chose like different divisions. So Michigan and Ohio State were in different divisions, I believe.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not saying Ohio State should have been in, because if we look at it, they had the worst loss out of all the teams that were on the bubble. To me, Georgia should have been just disqualified automatically, because if you lose 2 games, plus on top of that you lost to Alabama, how would people feel if you lost to Alabama coming into the season? You also lost to LSU, who I think is garbage. You make the playoffs, and let's say they go on a run and win. That would be stupid. Unless you had an 18 thing. Then I'm okay. Then it's kind of like random. Let's go, like, whatever. Ohio State had the worst loss out of all those teams. Oklahoma lost to Texas by 3 points. Ranked. Neutral field. I don't mind that.
So that's a heavy rivalry game, too.
Yeah. Ohio State lost to Purdue by 20. I get it. Ohio State probably shouldn't have made it. The only thing that kind of brought them into the fold was they killed Michigan. And Michigan was darn good this year. So, but that's that. I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about in terms of football-wise?
Oh, football in general?
Yeah, just football in general.
Kareem Hunt? How surprising was that? Hey.
I'm really tired of talking about dudes beating up women.
Hey, you know what's funny? I was like this would happen in Cleveland. Like as if Cleveland couldn't be crapped on more. And this shit happens.
I don't understand, like, I have nothing to say. I straight up don't have anything to say. The guy is like, you're a third round pick, right? You're trying to do everything you can to stay in the NFL. And I know, like, he's good. He wasn't going to be cut. He was in no danger of being cut. His skill is amazing. But how, what, where, when, why? How do you, like, let yourself come to the point where you push a dude, like, across the room into this chick? Like, whatever she did, whatever she said, like, yeah, obviously, like, she probably said something to him. But it doesn't matter.
I guess she called him an N-word. That's just bits and pieces that
I know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
you gotta walk away.
Like, I feel for him. Because, like, that's stupid. Like, you can't be using just, you know, it's fucked up language. I know it'll set you off. But at the end of the day, you're 200-something pounds.
But you know what else?
Mess anybody up.
I heard on the radio that the girl wanted to leave, and she was like, "Give me back my phone. I want my phone."
He had her phone.
His group had her phone, and they didn't want to give it to her. So she would have left. So I don't know if what she had on her phone or whatever.
You think she was a Chargers fan?
But the thing is, no one cares about them except San Diego, which they're not there anymore. But
Los Angeles.
And they didn't want to give her phone back. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why it escalated. And then, like, when the police report came, she's like, "I wanted to leave, but they had my phone." And then one of his guys says, "Oh yeah, she left this in the room," and he handed it to the cops.
Lesbos. We'll put that in the beginning. Wow. Come on, man. Rams are 11-1.
Yeah, bro. Corey's other dropped 47.5 fantasy points. It's okay, so next week you're gonna get me, bro.
That's really stupid. This is almost as dumb as the fact that Tekashi 69 is in jail. You know what Tekashi is?
I do.
You know what Tekashi is?
Yeah, he pops on the Yahoo News every once in a while.
He's pretty legend, dude. Anyway, let's talk about real stuff. So, who is the best player other than Giannis in the NBA?
Pascal Siakam.
No, it's Giannis. Say something. All right, let's talk. Okay, I want you to give me what are your predictions for this year's playoff standings, East West. Give me one.
So, are you trying to make me pull this out of my ass?
Do East first, then West, because East is the best.
All right. We talked about doing this, right?
Yeah, you yelled at me.
No, you yelled at me more, but I just had to clap back.
Hey, man.
I thought it would be really cool if we did that shit, dude. You know what I mean? Predict the standings.
For sure. So go ahead.
I mean, I wish I had a paper and a pen, but
okay. So we can't afford that yet, but in like 2 or 3 podcasts, we got it.
When we get those views.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's a tough question, man. Do you have that shit ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you tell me yours.
Do you need to use a lot?
No, I have it here.
Okay, so number one
records don't matter. This is just strictly seeding.
Oh, just to make the playoffs. Oh, obviously no, I'm not gonna be like 65 and whatever. I got obviously Toronto is number 1. They've actually been very consistent. Maybe they're the best team in the league currently. I know they're on like a losing streak right now, but Kawhi's been great. Serge Ibaka's been a baller, so I think Toronto's got it. The first seed. I think Milwaukee will finish out as the second best team in the East. I really like them.
I don't want this think stuff. I don't want to hear I think.
Milwaukee will be the best team in the league. Giannis is MVP.
Alright. So Milwaukee 2, Toronto 1, Milwaukee 2.
2. It'll be close between Milwaukee and Toronto. Philly is like. I think Philly will end up 4th. I think Boston will be 3rd.
So Boston 3, Philly 4.
Yes. So Boston 3, Philly 4, Indiana 5, And then after that, I mean, honestly, all the teams fucking suck. So, I got, what, 5 teams in it?
Yeah.
Give me Detroit,
Detroit 6, Charlotte 7.
And even though I like Brooklyn, give me Miami.
Miami 8.
Yeah.
So Toronto, Milwaukee. You said Boston, Philly,
Indiana,
Pacers, Detroit, Charlotte, and Miami.
Yep.
Okay. So not. Do you want me to do East?
Yeah. Now you do East,
and then we'll do West.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna have Boston as 1.
I like it.
Toronto 2. Philly 3. Pacers 4. Milwaukee 5. Miami 6. Detroit 7.
Okay.
And Washington 8. So I feel like
I understand. The only thing with Detroit, the reason I had him, the reason I like him this year is just because
KG?
Blake's developed like retarded good. Like he's got that step back 3 now. Like he's actually good in terms of today's NBA. Like before he was.
Yeah, he adjusted his game. Yeah.
He's good, yeah. But I like it.
But that team's also been really healthy so far.
Well, the only thing I don't think I agree with is Milwaukee being so low. But that's just.
But that's the whole point.
That's our
you know
disagreement.
what I mean?
Yeah. All right, let's do West. So. Currently, we got Golden State's like number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I know they got turmoil, but Curry he's been really, really dragging them, along for the ride. So, I got Golden State number 1. I have.
This is a shit show, man.
It's tough.
The West is tough
because this won't be decided.
Because you got 4 teams that are not in the playoffs. 5 teams that are not in the. Oh shit! Hold on, just 1 second. Currently out of the playoffs.
Houston is
Sacramento, New Orleans, Minnesota,
yeah.
San Antonio, Utah, Houston.
Yeah.
Other than Sacramento, just from past performances, all 4 of those teams could be in the playoffs. So this one's a tough one. So go ahead.
So I got GSW number
Okay.
1. I got Denver number 2.
No, I like it.
I got Lakers 3
Mm.
because
They're about to trade for Ariza.
and Ariza, dude, he's the next McGrady.
Okay.
After that, it gets tough,
Mm-hmm.
but I think OKC.
So you got Golden State,
But I think
Denver, Lakers, and OKC.
How's the seeding go? Because Denver and OKC are in the same division. So how's it go? Do they get? Because I think they changed that, didn't they?
I think they did, man. At this point, it's just by
So it's
record.
just- okay.
Yeah.
So OKC, yeah, OKC 4th. I really like Dallas.
Dallas is 5.
I think Dallas. Honestly, I think wins that division. 5. After that, I think it's Clippers.
6.
And then I mean it's tough. I think since the Clippers 6, I think Memphis can make it because they have winners like
7.
Mike Conley and Gasol.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're at the precipice where you're picking between Portland, Minnesota, Utah, Sacramento, New Orleans,
Okay.
and Houston, and San Antonio. My
I know, that's what I'm
God.
saying.
The last 2 spots. Where's the last spot? What am I?
Last spot,
I'm
man.
in the last spot.
Let's go over it.
I'm gonna. Okay, go ahead.
Golden State 1,
Yeah.
Denver 2,
Yes.
Lakers 3,
Yes.
OKC 4,
Yes.
5 is Clippers, right? Or no, Dallas.
Dallas
is 5,
and
Clippers are
6.
6. You said
I think that was it until.
Memphis is 7.
Did I say Memphis? Okay.
You said Memphis
I didn't
is
know if I
7.
said Memphis yet. Okay, so Memphis
then
is
one
7.
left.
I'm gonna give my dude Divac the spot. I think Sacramento gets into the
Damn.
8th spot. Which that's maybe more wishful thinking. It's probably gonna be Houston or San Antonio, but then you got New Orleans, who might have the best player in the league, not named LeBron.
Well, hey, that's the thing. Like I said, there's 4 teams right now
It's
in
nuts.
the West.
It's literally retarded.
So, okay, here, Golden State number 1.
Okay.
No debate there. I do like Denver at 2. And I think that's going to be my...
They got good team ball, man.
Yeah.
They do really.
The only thing that's... Now I'm just kind of thinking over it and dragging that out, but a lot of injuries, man. I mean, Will Barton will be back, but now Gary Harris might be out for a month. But Isaiah Thomas
But
is coming back.
at the end of the day, it's only if he misses December, who really cares? It's
So,
still January,
so that's what I'll
February,
do.
March.
Denver number 2.
Yeah,
OKC at number 3.
I like it. OKC is very good.
Yeah, OKC number 3. I'm gonna go with Lakers at number 4.
So we got just a couple.
Yeah, I like the Lakers at 4.
Yeah.
LeBron's too good. Number 5, I'm gonna go with.
That's where it gets tough.
Yeah, number 5, I gotta go with.
Doncic, man.
Yeah, I like Dallas, but I'm not sure if number 5 is. And I don't know.
Well, who do you have winning that division?
I have no idea.
Because there's like Memphis, Dallas, New Orleans, and Houston are basically all like tied, and San Antonio.
So number 5, I'm gonna go with Memphis.
Fair enough.
Number 6, I'm gonna go with New Orleans.
I like it.
Number 7, I'm gonna go with Utah. And number 8, I'm gonna go with the Houston.
So interesting enough, neither of us had San Antonio making playoffs or Portland, and they're both
I didn't
teams
like
that
Portland.
were
Yeah,
that were top like 4 or 5 seeds last year.
I don't like Portland, and I was gonna put what's their name, San Antonio's number 8. As I was listening to you making that, I was gonna put them at number 8, but then I was like, I can't leave Houston, Utah out.
It's impossible.
Yeah,
It's impossible to pick.
So let's make a bet out of this. We have proof now that we
Bottle of Jack.
Bottle of Jack.
Bottle of Jack.
How do we score it? 1 point for getting it right?
Oh, like the whole playoffs?
Yeah. Every seed we get right is a 1 point, and then that's how we do it, or?
I gotta get a piece of paper. I'm gonna write this down. Yeah, someone pause this. Hey, it's recording still. Nice. That's some aeration right there, dude.
Okay.
Creme de la creme, homie. Top shelf, you know. You dig? Alright, let's go. Important information. So, here's out. Eastern Concurrencia.
Mine or yours?
Yours.
Oh, so we got Boston, Toronto. I believe I said Pacers.
Indeed.
And then Philly, and then Bucks. I don't know, I forget what I said. Detroit, I think, is my 6th.
And you were 7th.
They were 7th? Who else did I say? Miami? Did I say Miami?
You did not yet. So
I had Miami as 6, Detroit at 7,
I think that's how it went.
and Wizards as 8. That's how I had it.
Alright, and then the West, which is the worst conference.
Golden State?
I don't know how to spell that. GSW.
I think I had Denver's 2. I had the same thing with you, like you. Denver 2, OKC 3, Lakers 4. Did I have? I think I had Did I have Memphis at 5?
You did. You had.
No,
Memphis.
I had New Orleans 5, right?
No, you had Memphis.
Memphis
higher than New
5?
Orleans. I think you had it higher than New Orleans. Well, decide now. Like it's not like it's set in stone.
No, but I wanted to know what I said. Can we go back?
Lesbians.
Oh, it's already recording.
It is recording, but you can do
It's
this.
alright.
Listen, hey, check this out.
I thought I had.
I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing. I have no
Lakers. Then you had OKC, right? Who's your
Yes.
fourth?
Oh.
Who was your 5th?
Check. Huh?
Who's your 5th?
West.
Oh,
Dallas.
So we had
Dallas.
Dallas. 6th was Memphis.
Dallas again. Probably Memphis, yeah. I think it was because it was Clippers.
Sacramento was
It was
yeah,
Clippers.
it was Clippers.
It was Clippers, and then
Sacramento was 8th.
8th to Sacramento.
And did you give who's your 7th? Was it
Did I have Memphis yet?
no? There it is.
I'm telling you, bro.
We'll check it out in the video, but
Yeah, we will.
and what
I'll
did I
probably cut
have?
this
So
out.
let's say I think I had Memphis at 6.
You had him high.
New Orleans.
You had him high.
You think so?
You had him the highest in that division.
Oh, okay. So I'll put Memphis then. I believe you.
You had him higher than New Orleans, from what I remember.
Memphis, New Orleans.
People are gonna be so confused. You just said.
You had. What the fuck, man?
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
this is mine. Okay.
I wrote very fast.
7 I had Utah, right? And Houston number 8.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. And so how are we gonna do this? The bet. 1 point per, right? Right. We're not gonna weight some seeds higher more than others. You know what? This is
Yeah,
for.
I don't think we have to like weigh it or do something. No, like I think
Literally, how many right you get?
we won't have that. Like we have enough differentiation where. How about this? We get a point for if we guess right that the team makes the playoffs, and then 2 if we predict the correct seeding. That way, they like differentiate really well. Because like you guessed Detroit at 7, I did guess Detroit at what 6. I feel like there should be a differentiation between them.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's still usually in that case it's gonna be a 1 point difference because I'll get 2 points, 1 for each, right?
Lesbians.
Or whatever.
So is Giannis the best?
No, it's
I
Siakam.
think Siakam. Yeah, okay, I feel it.
Okay.
They're both from Africa, apparently.
No, Giannis from Greece.
Nigeria. Okay.
Okay, so
Well, that was it.
we'll figure it out.
So Chicago's not making the playoffs.
I hate that team. I hate the players on that team. Let's put it that way.
I don't know. I really like their coach Hoiberg.
It's crazy how whiny NBA players are, bro.
Didn't you get fired?
You see
That was a joke. Yeah. To be fair, I didn't even try this, and it's Giannis being guarded by Siakam. So even the NBA knows what's up. Anyway, we talked about standings.
Yes.
Give me your top 5 for MVP this year.
I'm not predicting. I'm just saying right now. If the season ended today,
If the season ended today, who is the MVP outside of Giannis?
I don't have the numbers, but let's just say, just from what I've been keeping track, Kawhi Leonard has to be in that conversation.
Even though they're like 5-1 without him.
Yes.
I agree, but I'm just saying, like, it's just nice to
To
throw
be
out.
honest, I'd have to say, I think out of the East, that's where I'd stop, because no one has played.
And in the West,
Yeah,
it's
well.
just Luka 3 times, so we got.
And in the West, I would say Paul George.
You think?
I'm saying is if it ended today, and with how much Westbrook has missed, and with where their record is,
Oh, like how you carry them. and
I would
stuff.
say
I
Paul
feel
George has to be. So that's 3. I'd say Curry just because he's played lights out, but he's missed time
He's
too.
missed a lot of time.
So I'll go with KD and LeBron.
I don't know. I feel like the MVP should be James Harden again, because he's MVP for the other team. Did you know that Paul George this year is averaging a career high in points per game?
So I had him MVP.
His middle name's also Clifton, which means he cannot win MVP. It's illegal. Jared Goff is MVP. Okay, thanks for asking. I will tell you now my MVPs.
You're welcome.
Number 1 is obviously Giannis. Number 2 is it's such a big chasm that I can't even describe you.
Can you define chasm for us?
Chasm. It's like a canyon, but like different. It's like a manlier. Number 2 in MVP voting, I'd probably say Kyle Lowry. Because he was there. He's there for his fam and his team. And Kawhi, his quad still hurts. I'd say number 3 is probably Magic Johnson, because he's made it all the way throughout life without dying yet.
Yes.
Number 4 is probably Larry Bird, just because there was a guy I saw on ESPN this week that said Larry Bird is not a transcendental player. And that's some like mad white hating, not gonna lie. Like, Larry Bird's a beast, no lie. I don't even care about Larry Bird historically, but come on, man, he's a beast. And then number 5 for MVP is probably Peja. Because Peja, I went to the Kings game and he waved at my group, which was really cool. Which he really did, I'm not even lying.
I think you have to say you went to a Cavs game.
Yes, I went to the Cavs game because I live in Cleveland.
Because they never play the Kings.
Tristan Thompson also is 6th in MVP voting because he had a fast break where he handled the ball and dunked.
Do you want to talk about some controversial topics?
Like how Tristan Thompson might not win MVP, and that's not okay.
Well, they're still going to go to the Cavs in the East, right?
They're number 1 team in the East because until they're knocked off. But yes, let's talk about controversy. Come on, man, lay it on me.
Women.
Oh, God.
And
Turn it off.
Football players.
Like how they get hit or whatever?
That's not funny.
No, it's not funny, and it's never funny. Report it to your proper authorities. I would have signed Greg Hardy. I would have signed. Why not? He was an all-pro. What's the worst thing that can happen? Everyone hates you. Everyone already hates Jerry Jones. He literally knew what was going on. But I don't think that's what you wanted to talk about.
No, I mean, I don't really. Didn't have a preference. But
Can we talk about how the number 27 for running backs just doesn't work out?
give me some examples.
Ray Rice, Kareem Hunt.
Oh,
There's probably gonna be a third one.
Peterson? What is he?
He's 26. He just beats his kids.
He kid, 27 partners, 26 kids.
I wonder who Todd Gurley's beating.
What's the number, see?
30. Steph Curry. Most same number. Oh my God.
But we're at that hour time slot.
Yeah, we are. So the last, let's say we got 10 more minutes. Let's just dedicate it to a new segment that I'd really like to explore.
You got Serb.
No. The LeBron is lame as fuck. No. I'm tired of being PC. LeBron is an asshole segment.
Oh, dude, you go ahead.
We're gonna lose a lot of viewers. Probably all 3 viewers. You go.
Oh, what are we talking about, LeBron?
Yes, how he's lame.
Okay, so me and you are probably the only 2 human beings on this side of the Mississippi that have been against LeBron. And I don't mean like nothing against his talent, but just where he stands in history. And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we both looked at it as if he's flawless and that he's invincible and that he's the best and he can't do nothing wrong.
Yeah, and we by his hairline, we clearly know that's not true.
But we both felt that like he ruins teams and he ruins other players in his team, and there's that
Like K-Love.
right and Bosch
He's a
and
real
blah blah blah. The list can go on. You're the average player he makes good, and the great player he makes good, right? That play with him. That's kind of, but there's some truth behind it, just like stereotypes. It's like there's some truth behind it. That's right.
Like LeBron.
But I'll say this, dude.
Like watermelon.
I haven't come around, but I've gained a more respect for him, like with what he has done with the Lakers. And I'll tell you what, this can all change. He hasn't transformed that roster yet. It's probably gonna happen, but it hasn't done yet. I mean, I can see Lillard and Davis going there, but I can also maybe see it not happening.
Well, Lillard actually commented on that. I don't know if you saw it.
What did he say?
He said basically these guys quoting New Portland would have to kick him out, like saying like we don't want you no more whatsoever.
He was not leaving.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But I don't buy that shit, dude.
I know what you're saying
because
but Lillard seems like that kind of guy.
This year, if they miss the playoffs, he's out, man. He's gonna want to be out.
I wouldn't want to play with Yusuf, dude.
Nurkic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to play. They don't have a third guy. They don't.
Are you serious? They have Al Farouk Amin.
No.
And Yusuf, which together make like 2 third guys.
But Yusuf is LeBron's favorite player to dunk on.
I would trade Draymond Green for 3 bubble gums.
I don't think the salary cap's a match.
Regardless.
But the guy has done a great job leading the Lakers, who I felt like we're gonna be. No, man, LeBron. I felt like the Lakers would be like New Orleans, Minnesota, in that range, 500 out of the playoffs looking in, and the fact that he has them 6 games above 500, sitting comfy at number 5, like that's impressive, dude. I don't know how they do it, but they.
I think you're confused about what this segment is supposed to be about.
No, but I thought about this the other day. I was like, I gotta share it with you. I will hate on him.
But it's reasonable. I understand. But sometimes it should be irrational.
Irrational?
Like, how about this?
I'm listening.
How about the fact that he's averaging 71% from the free throw line?
I thought he was actually going to be...
DeAndre Jordan is better at free throws.
I looked at his stats. I actually looked at his stats. And I was like, hey, LeBron's he's efficient as usual. So I'm like, let me see if his threes are good. But they're not. They're only like 30-some%.
Dude. DeAndre Jordan is at 76% from the free throw line.
Okay.
And LeBron James.
Which is weird.
Hold on, I gotta get my Stephen A. one. LeBron James is 71%. That sounds like a gay guy. But I'm telling you. Can we talk about how Luka Doncic is lighting the world on fire? And why? Because I think we were supposed to hate on LeBron there, and you didn't do that. So I don't want to talk to you about that.
Hey, can I tell you something funny?
As long as it's something about LeBron, that's
it
bad.
Actually involves Jokic.
Thank you for joining us today. Go ahead, come on.
A couple of days ago, or a week last week, regardless, not that important, he had a magnificent triple-double. Like a killer stats. I forget what it was.
I think you're hating on him right now.
No, it's kind of funny. So, it's a post-game interview in the locker room. They're interviewing Jamal Murray. And they're like, what do you got to say about the performance? And I'm just paraphrasing here about Jokic's performance tonight. He's like, hey, that guy's amazing, did a good job. And then the reporter says, is there anything he can't do? And he's like, well, no, I'm sorry. Let me backtrack. Jamal Murray says, he's great. He does everything. He rebounds, passes, scores, plays defense, all that stuff, you know what I mean? And the reporter's like, well, is there anything he can't do? He pauses for about 2 seconds and says, oh yeah, he can't jump. I was like,
that wasn't too bad.
I feel it.
Okay.
Because he's white, Eastern European,
right,
athletic. So.
Right. Well, he drank a lot of Coke. How about this?
I thought you usually snort that.
No, like the good one.
No,
last topic for today. And I think the best topic, what everyone's been waiting for, including me. Why do some guys in the NBA wear the numbers like over 50? Like a number like, for example, I'll elaborate. Luka's wearing 77. I have a theory of this.
I didn't know that.
Nemanja Bjelica is wearing 88.
Didn't know that either.
I have a theory on this. Like for
The
you,
fact they're both
yeah.
Eastern European, but
And they might be gay. No, I'm just kidding. I like you, and we're not homophobic here.
oh, dude, you said the G word.
No, like gay, like happy, bro.
Well, we're getting canceled.
It's okay. We don't need this for money. I like your opinion on this. I mean, they can hate me, but
I've been respectful to all of our audience.
Yeah, I have not. you say your piece, and then I will say what's the right answer.
Okay. That have a number.
Yes.
I know why people wear 0. You know, because I'm nothing, and now here I am.
Yeah.
I would say it could resemble it, like the last 2 digits of a year.
Right.
Like grandpa or mother or dad, like, hey, this I want to dedicate this to you, so I'm gonna wear this number. That's my guess.
That's your guess?
That's my guess.
My guess is...
Oh, you don't know the actual truth?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's bullshit.
It is bullshit. I should have probably kept that for at the end. But my theory is that when you're playing the game and you commit a foul, the ref, to signify your number, would have to make weird signals with his hands. Multiple, like 7-7, right? While if there's a guy like De'Aaron Fox right next to you, like 88 versus De'Aaron Fox, who's a 5, be like, fuck it, I'll give him the foul. 5. So you get less fouls, therefore you stay in the game, therefore you make more points, rebounds, assists, therefore you make more money.
That's a great answer.
I agree.
Hey, you know what we should end our show on? Every show we should end with converting a Serbian/Balkan joke into English.